Hello, everyone, and thank you for coming to Delp Chanel's 40s World, where we do reports on anything, pretty much reviews. We just talk about what's in the social media outlet at each given day or month or week, whatever. But please subscribe to my channel and don't forget to like my videos and share them as well. Okay, let's get on into this lawsuit, this counter lawsuit that Kandi had put out back in May of 2017. Now it has come to a full circle, full fruition, to basically she having court records sealed of the whole thing in 2008, as in January, and pretty much she's hiding something. She don't want us to know just how flawed of a supervisor she really is when it comes to paying her employees and treating them with the utmost respect. Okay, evidently Johnny Winston and his legal team that they represented him. I'm sure they're going to get paid on the back end, but they weren't going to accept his case. Not that nice firm with some wins behind their law company and all that. They're not going to take a case that they don't think they can win, because it was two cases he was trying to try against Kandi. One was stealing an idea about starting a restaurant, which Kandi pretty much shot down, said no, that was her and her family, and Todd was a part of that, and they didn't really have any discussions or anything with Mr. Johnny. And you know, the legal team she had, as far as professional, her team at work, Don Juan and Carmen and herself, you know, scheming above scheming. And Johnny had to go and get his little lawyer team together with Phaedra, and had set up his team, you know, people she knew in the business. But neither here nor there. Basically, what we're coming with, Kandi went on and settled the case with Mr. Winston. Oh, yes, she did. She did not even try to put up a fight anymore. Wonder why? Well, let's go to jasminebrand.com is where I'm pulling the information off of. And I could have chose other media outlets that probably had the same story going on. But I try to, you know, use one and use another one just to give a fair shake for everybody to go and check out their website and their YouTube. I don't try to use the same person all the time because I use TMZ as well. And Lovey Scott and Tamara Tattles. And so just go check out their website. They have very good content, and they are definitely truthful with all the stuff that they put on their site. But basically, the JasmineBrand.com wrote, exclusively reports this week on Kandi Burruss filed a motion to seal the legal battle with her former employee, Johnny Winston. It goes on in large captions of the topic of this document or blog they're doing on Miss Kandi Burruss. Kandi Burruss says reputation and business deals affected by ex-employee lawsuit. Like, no, only thing that was affected was that you didn't do the man right, and he had to come out of pocket, or will be coming out of pocket once those resources are deposited in his account. But I'm sure they hit his lawyer accounts before they give him the remainder of what was paid out of Kandi Burruss having to come out of her purse to pay this man off. Well, she should have did her due diligence. She did her own research with her accounting team and just paid the man and not made such a big deal about it. But now she had to go flaunt her power and hire these lawyers that she really need to fire because they didn't represent her well. So I'm trying to know who was the other constituents that she was trying to, was it these people that you just recently saw that she was trying to stay in contractual agreements with her products, her bedroom fantasy products for sexual pleasure? Was it them? Was it Real Housewives of Atlanta she was trying to save her back? I mean, I don't know, because if you're trying to defend your character that somebody defamed you and put you out there as now labeled as the boss from hell, uh, you wouldn't want that on your conscience nor your name when you're trying to do business in the future with other outlets, because people are not going to want to work with you or work for you, mainly because, you know, you're not being truthful. You weren't truthful then and you're not truthful now, because why would you seal a court document of something you filed in the court of law in, I guess, DeKalb County here in Atlanta, Georgia, or Fulton County? I'm not trying to go that deep into it as far as researching. That's not really what I do. Just like me picking up a newspaper and skimming through certain articles that journalists have written on a particular subject. If you catch my eye, then I might talk about it. That's how I do on YouTube. Information is given to me through my cell phone. I go on certain sites and I'm like, oh, I need to talk about that because that's something I would have like telephone conversation with, friends or family, or I'm just sitting at home and I'm just, thinking about what's happening out there, what's trending out there, besides war. Oh, excuse me, war, devastation. What the president doing here today, what are you tweeting about? Just other light type conversation that you want to have. I ran around this Kandi Burruss lawsuit. She just went on and just shut down her own case. Or probably the lawyers were saying, we take this route, we draw out, it's going to cost you this much more money. And she knows she ain't really got but the Real Housewives of Atlanta check that's in rotation that she could definitely count on. But usually you can't count on nobody's money at any given time because you could be just definitely contract not renewed, and then where you're gonna be? You're gonna be with some bedroom candy that you can pretty much get it out of for sexual pleasure. You can go to Starship here in Atlanta, Tokyo, something. There's a lot of sex shops around here. You can buy exotic type material to enhance your love making with your partner versus, coming to you can. I mean, really? You're not the only ship that's sailing on the sea in that product of having, spiced up marriages or spiced up relationships, and you use certain bedroom toys. So, but that was just my spiel. Let's get back to what they wrote off of the Jasmine Brand site. It just says the singer and Real Housewives of Atlanta Starr explains that she wants to seal the settlement agreement. And when somebody seals something in a court of law, it's that you don't want the public to research it or pull it and see all what was awarded to Mr. Wilson. Because evidently he must have had some infractions on her because he ain't being shown in a different light. She's saying she settled. So that means he had some serious stuff on her. And like I say, a lawyer's not going to take a case unless he think he can win it. Or it has been some definite infractions going on where this other party didn't do what they had contractually said they were going to do. Okay, so let's just get that straight. When you're talking about sealed record documents, that means nobody can understand what took place in that particular lawsuit, how it started, what was the settlement agreement, for dollar signs, and who was wrong in the process. See, that's why I said she wanted it sealed for a reason. It wasn't going to show Mr. Johnny Winston in a bad light. It was going to show her in a bad light. And like I said, everything that's done in the dark that's not really on the up and up, it's gonna come out. Trust and believe that. Somebody gonna leak that information, and it's really gonna be a mess. And what you gonna do with the court of law? They're gonna just say, "Oops," you know what I'm saying? But it's gonna be something to talk about in the mainstream public if anybody cares to, get into it. But then we go on and go back to that was my sidebar. We go back to excuse me, reading what they wrote, the article, basically. Why don't I just read it and just not give my sidebars, okay? Let me just start from the top. It says, Kandi Burruss says reputation and business deals affected by employee lawsuit. The JasmineBrand.com exclusively reports this week, Kandi Burruss filed a motion to seal the legal battle with her former employee, Johnnie Winston. The singer and Real Housewives of Atlanta Starr explains that she wants to seal the settlement agreement. Due to them recently reaching an agreement to resolve the case, both Kandi and Johnnie want the court to make final approval of the deal. Kandi explains she wants the settlement filed under seal to avoid public scandal and further injury to her brands and business. Kandi says there is a real threat to her professional reputation and business interests if the settlement is made public, pointing out the lawsuit has already caused not only embarrassment and defamatory statements to be written about her as a businesswoman, but it has caused business and economic harm. Kandi explains she has been labeled boss from hell as a result of the litigation. Kandi claimed the suit already had the effect of chilling potential business prospects. She says she is currently on Real Housewives of Atlanta, which is intentional was an international broadcast and is on tour with her singing group. Well, she's a part of a singing group. It's not her singing group. So see, she's making infractions right there. She just keeping on, don't she, guys? Then it says the doc reads Mrs. or yeah, they put her as Miss Burruss Tucker instead of Mrs. because she is married. Is that fictitious? We might need to check court records to see if her and Todd are actually married because they put an MS period, all right, instead of MRS period. But anyway, Miss Burruss Tucker's business and professional reputation should not suffer here simply based on Burruss Tucker's celebrity status because the parties have found that settling the matter would be less of a nuisance and drain on professional and the court's resources than continued litigation. Okay, the judge has yet to make his decision yet. I'm like, yeah, you don't bother the court a law to the judge. You're going to pay him regardless of his time and consideration or even thinking about hearing the case. You know it was frivolous when you went in there, Kandi. I'm coming off that because, you know, I ended that thing with what Jasmine Brand wrote. I'm just putting my spin on it now. You need to be bothered about your husband. You need to be bothered about the old gang. And you need to be wondering why you let Kim Zolciak take your money. You personally did something for her free, but I didn't see you put no lawsuit on her. Now she got the lawyers on your behind and made you give back the money that she initially gave you. You couldn't do nothing with your ex-boyfriend Block, you know. He ran all over you. Then you thought you had a good relationship in the past where everybody's grouped up in this picture, but it's all falling apart. And one person you can definitely think of for that is two suspects there. They're shady, Kandi. You don't even know what you got in your camp. But you can only just think about what Phaedra did to you and all the lies that she told. You know, and I think about the lies Apollo told. And I think about the lies other people have, you know, bestowed on your name. Nene done cussed you out. And I'm sure we can, you know, Charade Bone Collector, she putting shit out there on you. And you still ain't thinking about, you know, getting them for defamation of character. You want to jump on Winston, poor Johnny Winston, you know, working for you, doing what he thought he could do. And you just, you know, railroad him when it comes to the finances. You know what I'm saying? The finances. I mean, yes, you got Phaedra off the Real Housewives of Atlanta and left Portia, but you know how Portia get. I mean, Todd was trying to go hard on Portia too, but you know, come on, who are we really? It's the people in this picture. They threatening to pull out their resources. Is that what it is on that Kandi bedroom? Is your stockholders trying to, you know, do wrong by you because of all the negative publicity you bringing? Remember what Mama Joy said when it comes to the opportunist Todd. Hey, if everything can be set up for Phaedra, it seems like Phaedra's taking everything from you, honey. So that may be another setup when she put you two together. Because if Todd was that interested in you, why he didn't come out and say he was interested in you? No, you had to let Phaedra, the one who's trying to tear you down, telling all the lies, put y'all together. So I'm like, come on now. If Phaedra is easily your arch nemesis, then you need to be watching the marriage that you got going on with Todd, because she set that up for you too. If you can remember that as well. I mean, if you're gonna, you know, let all these Caucasian people take advantage of you, why not let the black ones do it too? You gave Kim Zolciak a pass when she wrote that tardy for the party. Now it seems like, you know, your constituents on this bedroom can is trying to pull the plug because Johnny had the sense enough to get a good lawyer to represent him. They got you behind, didn't they, Kandi? They got you behind. So now you're going to have to pay up and shut up. And I'm pretty sure you got a gag clause in now that he can't talk about the settlement either. Because if he does, then he won't be getting his, I'm sure, payments. Because I'm sure you're not dropping 30 or 40K in his bank account so easily. You probably want a payment plan going on. Just as sure that you can think that Mr. Johnny may mess up and pretty much try to tell some secrets that are told in the dark about this sealed court record. So you won't have to pay him at all. But brother man, he gonna be smart. He gonna be smart about it because pretty much when you sealed the deal that you wanted to exercise your rights to seal those records, those court documents concerning this case, you pretty much had sealed your fate that you weren't doing the most as protecting your employees who work for you. You pretty much put or we call a nail in your own coffin that shows you may be a boss from hell. You may be hard to work with. You may be running a sweatshop over there. You may be not paying your employees appropriately, and that's not a good look. So my advice to you, whether you could take it or leave it, is to kind of get out the spotlight, do your business behind the scenes, and raise your children. Okay, because we already know, and I'll say it in so many videos, I'm tired of talking about it. Real Housewives of Atlanta franchise got you covered. You know what I'm saying? And you don't have another big billing type of resources that's going to keep you afloat in the kind of way you like living. And since Todd is not working nowhere, it comes to play, are you taking care of a man? I guess so, because he has no job other than looking out for the OLG game, which I don't know why you got your seasoned relatives over there working in a hot kitchen or even meeting folks when they need to be traveling. You know, make Aunt Bertha or Aunt Nora, yeah, make Aunt Nora your assistant, okay? And try to make Aunt Bertha somewhere she can be a spokesperson for the food or whatnot. They don't need to be in there working or even entertaining anybody. You know what I'm saying? They're not in the business. They just want some money and they want to travel. Okay. And you know, Mama Joyce, I really don't know what Mama Joyce wanted. I guess she want to be paid back for all the things that she did to start your career from when you were in the group Escape. So she, you know, you ain't paid for that enough yet, evidently. I don't know if you ever stop paying for your mama, but you know, she's retired too from whatever, whenever she worked at whatever point in time in her life. So it seems like you are the one that's taking care of everybody. So basically, I need you to reserve yourself because Real Housewives of Atlanta cannot go on forever. This little thing you're doing on Broadway is not going to go on forever. So you need to be investing real well, okay? Instead of being in all these little where you throw your hands out there hoping it's going to hit somebody, then you hide and say it wasn't me type of situation you got going on, girl. Just stand in your own feces. Own your shit, can own it and let it be free. You know what I'm saying? Shame, tell the truth and shame the devil. And you'll live a better life of scrutiny not being put on you, especially if you like being in a social media spotlight. You see what I'm going, Candy? You don't have to be in the spotlight to make money. You can be behind the scenes. You can write, you can compose, whatever. You don't always have to say, oh, and you know, Kandi Burruss Tucker need to be in the spotlight. No, you don't have to be that way. You weren't even that way when you was in the girl group Escape, okay? You was just a background singer. But you know, we have more stories to tell on how you've been acting lately when it comes to them. And it ain't pretty. It ain't pretty, girl. So raise your family. Be a mother now. You done did the entertainment thing. That's solidified. Keep doing little place thing, you know, entertainment stuff here and there. But you need to be raising your daughter Riley. She's crying out for attention. And you need to be there for Ace. And I don't know what you need to do with Todd. Todd need to be at home instead of traveling with you all the time. He really needs to be at home taking care of that restaurant. Okay, making sure it's on even keel. Because I hate to see it go under within 2 or 3 years. You know what I'm saying? Because it takes a lot to even get a restaurant off the ground, which you definitely did. But to have nothing to show after 2 or 3 years, that's just a hot mess. Okay. I want you to win. I want you to do well. But this entertainment business is not serving you when it comes to being out in the eye and having scrutiny given to you and your demeanor that you're behaving like in public regarding the situations that come out on you. I need you to do better. I need you to do better. Okay? But that's all I had on this story, and I'm sure she's going to bring something else up in the media here or there, meaning Kandi, because she just can't stay out of it. And people always say, well, at least she's staying relevant. Yeah, but you don't want to be looking like relevant fooly, Boo Boo the Clown either. All right? You want to be relevant and seen in a good light, not a bad light. But that's all I had. Thank you for coming to Del Chanel's 40s World, and I'll see you soon for something. All right.